here at the Amazon facility area. Believe me, it's just been the next day. Anyway, uh, what I want to talk about in this video, right? I've been yesterday all day been doing a lot of calls, man. A lot of calls on the load board a lot, and did a lot of looking and searching and things like that, right? Just flip flopping between picking up a loadout trailer or getting a stack of flatbed or things like that. You know what I mean? Or just doing Amazon. Period. Amazon is not gonna be the option whatsoever, even though it's easier. But I'm not seeing anything that's coming out of here for more than $1.60 a mile. There's no way you're gonna have me pull for $1.60 a mile, man. That's just not something we're gonna do. Okay, but what I want to talk about in this video is, listen, do not sell. If you're a power only and you're doing loadout trailers and you're doing, all of these other things that we're doing right now, don't sell yourself short, man. There's a lot of these brokers out here, man. They are taking advantage of you, man. Do not sell yourself short. Trust me.
Never at ease, I don't know a limit. Chasing a dream, I don't know what sleep is. I got a queen, she lit me to eat it. She ripe like a peach and she snap me to snippet. And whatever do for that link up in person. Touch me to fall through a murder, she wrote it. Still in with courage, I'm doing the service. Pull up to the crib, I'm equipped with the brush strokes. Cutthroat from the low, when no love goes. Women buddy like it's been bad. When I fuck me looking at the bill stack. Off the bubby buddy, I
So let's
distress.
analyze this load board, right? Let's take a look at the load board and see what we can work with as far as power only within the Houston area. We've been here a little bit over a day now, and we'll probably have a reset already. I believe cold heartedly 100% that there's always some type of load out there that would make you money in this industry. So don't settle for what these brokers are offering you or giving you. You know what I mean? Because you got options, man. You have the power. You as the trucker, you have the power. You don't gotta take these, man. I wish we got millions of truckers that can see this video, because you ain't gotta take these loads. You know what I mean? There's plenty. If that freight sits, guess what? The rate is gonna go higher. You don't really gotta take these rates. But there's a caveat to that, though. I know that you got bills to pay, and I understand. Listen, I'm not blaming you for taking these rates, man. If you got to take the rates, take the damn rates. Like I said, this industry is big enough that these rates can fluctuate. Even just 20% of the truckers, not do stuff. You know what I mean? Not move. I I think 20%. Let's say in the Houston area, you got 1,000 of them. If 20% of them just don't move, cheap freight, those rates are gonna go up. You know what I mean? And that's all it takes. I guarantee you, that's all it takes. I'm talking about power only, okay? If you have your own trailer, like reefer or whatever that is, I'm not familiar with that in this area. I haven't been looking into it, but I would say flatbed. I checked it out, and flatbed seems to be okay here. As a matter of fact, van is also okay coming out of here. So I'm talking about power only. Power only from this area seem to be a lot of them, and it seemed like it's so like ridiculously, cheap out here as a power only within the Houston area. I was in San Antonio and I was looking at the board over there. I figure, that's why I took an Amazon load coming down this way, because I figure I have a better chance over here because there's a lot more freight coming out of here because we're closer to the port, right? And boy, I tell you, they got thinking stack of chassis for less than $2 a mile. Man, if you haul a stack of chassis for less than $2 a mile, oh boy, I tell you, you know how I say I don't blame you if you take cheap freight. If you going 200 miles and it's a stack of chassis and you take that for less than $700 or less than $600, boy, I tell you, and they got them posted for 500 and they're not budging, man. They're not budging. I said 900, I'll take it. That's barely over $3 a mile, man, or under $3 a mile. That's like under $3 a mile, but that's a short run, man. And you got to strap that son of a gun. So I said 900, man. They laugh at my face. That's okay though. That's okay. I'm not taking it personal, man. What it is that is the area. The area, there's people that are hauling it, man. It's so crazy. Okay, let's go into the load board. One thing about looking for loads do as a power only is that there's a lot of junk out there. That's the thing. It's like you got to be able to filter the junk out. You know, and there's a lot of it, man. It's so much duplicate posts. There's so much cheap posts and things like that. Like, look at these, man. Oh, here you go. ATS, okay? They got it posted for 500. Look, already booked, it says. I don't know if that's true. It's a towaway. 241 for 500. That's a little bit over $2 a mile, but then what are you going to do when you get there? You know what I mean? It's just that's the thing. It's like you're in a hot market, man. Even though you're only 241 miles away, you can deadhead back. Then where's your mileage pay? You know what I mean? It just decreased like ridiculous amount. You went $1 a mile. So, man, let me tell you, it's not. You don't gotta take it. I wish there's like millions of power only in this area that is gonna be able to watch this video, man. You don't gotta take these loads, man. I'm telling you, if you can hold off even like one day, if you unified as one out here when you're power only, unified as one, and not take these loads for one day, I guarantee you the next day they're gonna double in freaking rate, man. Anyway, I was seeing a lot of these loads. Like, look at this ATS, man. It's like ATS is look. They keep on trying to reduce that rate, man, because they know there's a lot of carriers waiting. So the 30-day average on that is 2,400. Even at 2,400, that's cheap. But they have the rate posted at 2,000. I guarantee it. I guarantee it that they have carriers waiting left and right, willing to book these loads. I think that's so insane, man. I think it's just I had one earlier that I called about, right. It's a loadout trailer. It's going to Indiana, and it's a like 2020 dry van. Okay, I was like, okay, let's go $500 on that. It's a hot market, right? Uh, we got dry van loads coming out of here, but they're barely averaging $2, man. 220, 230, man. You know, so I said, okay, let's go 500 to offset some some of the mileage pay, right? And they were like 100. I was like, okay. And then I asked them, okay, what's your contract say? Do you cover any of the repairs and stuff like that? They said, okay, if it's driver at fault, there's we don't cover none of it. I was like, okay, cool. Can you at least go 300? She was like, oh, it's already covered. Now, how is that? Is that truth? Is that true? I don't know. You know what I mean? But I know I know a lot of these brokers out here will play games with you, man. And you'll have to be able to identify these things. You know what I mean? It's like I say the only 300 to 100 is not much of a difference, right? It's a $200 difference, and I can get loads out of here with no problems. But it's just that it it'll demotivate me if, let's say, I go down the road and the freaking thing breaks down and the load only pays 300, and I gotta fix a tire or something like that, and it's barely gonna cover that tire. You know what I mean? Just like, come on, what are we doing? Right? I'm Listen, I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is that you, as the carrier, have the option, man. You have the power, man. Trust me. You have the power, they don't. All you gotta do is just stand your ground. Okay, on to looking at the load board. Okay, so I know I sound like I'm complaining. Trust me, I'm not complaining whatsoever, man. All I'm saying is that we have options, man. You, as an owner operator, as the carrier, have plenty of options, man. So let's uh let's look at these load board, right? Okay, here you go. Let's just evaluate some of these. Okay. And this one is drop and hook, first come, first serve, drop and hook, back to lot. So that means this is they're offering it for 450. This is TQL, by the way. It's coming from Uvalde, Texas. It's 119 miles away, going to Hutchins, Texas. I don't know where that is location wise, but um, I'm guessing within the area. Okay, 450. 450. Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. One thing about DAT load board, it shows you the fuel cost. If you are at, excuse me, if you're averaging 6.5 on your fuel, that run will cost you $254 in fuel. If you run that at 450, man, I tell you, yeah. I like the 30-day average on that is actually 846. I would still feel like crap to run that at 846. Okay, we don't have to look at TQL. Okay, let's look at somebody else. Right here, this right here, this is okay. I saw that they had this load posted. Let me tell you, this is how the trucking industry is, right? As far as broker wise, they had this posted yesterday. They had it posted for 850, the same exact load. Okay, this is a loadout trailer. It's a roll up door. The only thing about roll up doors is that a lot of these thinking shippers, they modified the way they load things or their loads and whatnot. A lot of their loads is that you're gonna need uh, a 102 height. I believe it's 102, right? So uh, a roll up door will have a slightly lower height because of the roll up door. You know what I mean? Where the roll up door is stored. So it's harder to find loads with roll up door. Okay. Okay, there goes another thing. If you're gonna be doing load out trailers, man, if you're gonna be doing load out trailers, be mindful of the load up or roll up doors. Okay, if you're gonna take a roll up doors, I actually made talk about that on 5 tips on what you need or 5 tips on load out trailers, but make sure that you try to stay away from roll up doors because, like I said, a lot of these shippers do where they a lot of their loads would you would need all of that space, man. So be mindful of that. That's probably why it's offered for such a rate, 700. Actually, they offering it for 700. They had, like I said, they had it posted yesterday for 850. Imagine that, right? Okay, so Hazelwood, Missouri. I talked to this one. So this is RXO, right? I talked to them and I told them, okay, let's go 2100. He said, oh man, I can't do that, right? On this load because this load has to return to point of origin, so Conroe, Texas, right? You pick up the power only. It's a dry van, 53-foot dry van. Deliver it in Hazelwood, Texas, and then you have uh, 3 days, 3 days to return the trailer. Okay, I called him. I was like, okay, let's go 2100. He said, man, I can't. We have offer over here for 1550 for it. So with RXO, the way RXO works, okay, they have this thing they call offer. So basically, they're trying to move this load for a lot less than 1550. Okay, because he told me there's a carrier that made an offer for 1550 on it. We're offering 2100. We are crazy, right? Anyway, so you have to return the trailer within 3 days. It's the appointment time is on Friday. It's on Friday for now. It's Wednesday. So it's only 832 miles. If you leave today, you could be there by tomorrow afternoon. Okay. But it's Friday. The delivery is Friday. Anyway, um, they said it has to be at the point of origin 3 days after that. So Friday, it has to be at the point of origin, which is Conroe, Texas, on Monday. You think on Friday you're gonna be able to find something so specific that's gonna take you back to Conroe, Texas? My spidey sense is telling me absolutely not. So I was like, okay, hey, let's go Tuesday. Can we return it on Tuesday? And then let's go 18. 18 Tuesday. He said, man, I can't even get nobody to authorize that, but I'll put in the offer for you. And then I was like, okay, thank you. That's all. So 1800 Tuesday to return that trailer. That's what I made offer on that. At 1800, that's a little bit over $2 a mile. Just remember that. I don't want to operate anything under $2 a mile. Trust me, I don't. I really don't. Okay, now let's go take a look at this one. Logistify solutions. I don't think you would want to mess with these ones because with the DAT load board, I'm gonna make another video on the tips and tricks on how to run the DAT load board. Okay, because just a quick one. This one does not say factor with OTR, and plus look at their freaking credit rating. Credit rating is credit score is 64. Whew. Days to pay is 25. That's not good. I mean, the credit rating is not good. It's not great at all. So I would avoid those guys as much as possible. And let's go look at ATS, man. ATS has gone downhill, man. Look at this, $1.61. Like this one right here. Why am I not looking at that? That's actually a great freaking rate, but like as Matt required. Ha ha ha. Yes, I'm probably gonna be looking into that, right? Okay, Logistify again. I wanted to keep on looking at this. See, this is the thing, like about power only. It's tough. Like filtering. Filtering is very hard because there's a lot of junk out there. Okay, let's see. Right, this one right here, Shine Logistics. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Take a look at this. 48-foot flatbed, a stack of flatbeds, straps required. They got it posted for $100. I would not even do that for a 30-day average, which is 785. I do that for a minimum no less than 900. Yes, it's only 241 miles, but you got to put in work on that physically, man, and it requires a little bit more specialty to all that freight. You got it. I'm telling you, man. You don't have to take that load. I know. I know you don't got to take that load and they have it posted for $100. What do they expect to, you know what I mean? Give that out for? Like they expect a care. Oh, posted for $100. Oh yeah, it takes $164 in fuel. Oh, I know you ain't got to take it for the posted rate, but man, come on, right? Come on. So I had another one that was posted for 750, right? While everyone was still asleep. They had it posted for 750. It's a broker out of California, but they had it posted for 750. What it is from now or from 7 a.m. all the way to 1400 or yeah, 1400, which is 2 p.m., is that you're going to be moving trailers around the yard of a customer. Okay, no problems. Now that I thought about it, I wish I would have gotten that. But anyway, they had it posted for 750. Then when I finally got them on the phone, right, she said 600. I said, well, you had it posted for 750. She said 600. I said, okay, never mind. Thank you. Now that I thought about it, I should have taken it for 600, go to the customer and tell them, listen, I don't know how much you paying the broker to do this. You call me next time you need one. Yeah, should have done that. I know. There's a freaking thing that we say you cannot solicit with their customers. I know you signed a contract with the broker. How they gonna know? They're not gonna know. And just like that, we found the load going to Washington. We are at a Amazon facility now. This is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little nervous about this, but these guys is Tasmanian, right? Tasmanian Freight Services. So he told me they're a freight forwarder, so they don't do no rate con, or I mean, they do rate cons, but they don't do no setup or nothing like that, which I thought was a little weird. So I was like, okay. But I checked them out with my factoring company. By the way, my factoring company is OTR Solutions. The reason why I'm using OTR Solutions because I know it's a 3%, but it, So much easier, man. Nice and smooth, no problems. They just take care of it, man. You know. Um, but anyway, they 1148 parking slip 1148. So he told me it's not an Amazon, but it's at the Amazon facility. I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, wow. At first, I was like, man, you guys must have gotten this for a good rate because it's like I don't see them on the Amazon. He's like, no, it's not an Amazon. It's just our trailer is the Amazon is at the Amazon facility, So it's cool, man. Hey, I'm cool with it. If OTR Solutions approved them, I'm happy with it. Now I'm a little skeptical about the rate con that they did send. You know, the rate con doesn't. I mean, it looks legit, but at the same time, I'm a little skeptical about it. So I'm gonna call OTR Solutions, and we're gonna make sure. We're gonna go check them out, just so just so we have our bases covered. Uh, the rate con the email does come from Tasmanian freightservices.com, so I'm a little bit more confident about that. 1148. But you can't blame me for being skeptical. And if we go through with this freaking load, I hope you get paid, man. It's a long way. 1148. See, it is an Amazon trailer. They did get this off the load board. So So that's not a good load. I'm gonna make a separate video about it, but anyway, basically, what we're talking about in this video, man, is just number one, you have to be patient, right? Number two is that you gotta make sure you verify all your information. Number three, man, it's just that you don't have to take these loads, man. These loads are not like a lot of these loads that are being posted over here in the Houston area are junk, man. It's like I say, you ain't gotta take these loads if you got a deadhead. Um, a few miles, go deadhead, do so, man. I think there's a lot of hungry owner operators out here, man. So I mean, it's okay. I understand, man. Like I said, I hope that we this video can reach out to a lot more carriers. So it's just you. I mean, if you got a deadhead out of the area, man, just do so, man. Trust me, not only better for you in the future, it's better for you as of right now. You know what I mean? You gotta think long term in trucking. Always think long term. These cheap rates, man. You're just gonna end up breaking down, and then boom, you break down a couple of times, done. It's already done, man. You can't continue on. You're already in the hole. You know what I mean? So, anyway, we're gonna end this video here. We will see y'all in the next video. Watch out for the next video, man. It's an exciting one.